What's this week been like for the offense as you guys have gone through everything?
It's been a good week thus far. I mean, you get to play a game, you get to uncover some warts that you need to work on, and I think our guys have done a nice job. Our coaches have done a really nice job of attacking things that we need to get fixed. You know, from just the personnel getting on and off the field, from sideline to the huddle to the play calls to everything. It's improved.
What has practice been like for the wide receivers with the IGC?
Just it's an opportunity for young guys to step up. We got a bunch of young receivers that have an unbelievable ability and can help us, and this is an opportunity that they're going to have to show what they can do.
Probably prepared for a version of Colorado in the offseason. What you saw on film, how similar was that, and how helpful now has it been to have a tape?
It is similar. I mean, you got to go back some years. When Coach Kelly was a defense coordinator at other stops, and but it is very similar to what we expected. You turn the tape on, you see guys flying around, some physically gifted, very competitive, tough, athletic guys on defense.
What were 2 or 3 key teaching points that you had from Jeff after the first game?
Just trust his training. Trust his training. He was under control. I thought he had an unbelievable game from a competitive standpoint. Like, I knew he would be able to use his feet, and we could use him in the quarterback run game. But I wasn't aware he would run that physical. Like, he was a physical runner the other night. And that was good to see, and I think that's something he can build on. And then, obviously, we, not he, but we are going to continue to, just taking care of the football and keeping the football out of harm's way.
With those young receivers, Jalen was a guy who did get out there. What did he do since he got here to put himself in position to play right away?
Just consistent. I mean, the number one thing is you got to know what to do, and just, he knows what to do. On top of that, he's very athletic and, has a lot of speed and has tremendous ball skills and can help us. So, it was a no-brainer for us to get him out there as soon as we could and just, get him going.
You had mentioned what do you feel like you can do, your operation can do to help Jeff more?
I think too many times people isolate the individual. I think it's layers of coaching and training that we have to continue to do each day. I mean, each position group has to do their job to make sure the receivers run the routes at the right depths, the offensive line protects them, the backs protects them. So I think collectively we're all in it together to make sure that everybody on our offense maximizes their ability and their talents, and we've got to do that with Jeff as well.
Did you have the entire all of the full-time assistant coaches on the field?
No, Josh Martin was up in the box.
How did you feel like that operation in Game 1 went with just getting all the plays in, working a new clock system that people hadn't been used to? How did you feel like it went?
I think it went well. I mean, there was no issues from that standpoint. The information was getting to us, and I thought there was good communication amongst our staff. So there was no issues with that.
What was it like making that adjustment to the new clock rules?
I really didn't notice it until halftime, and you had 3 possessions in one half. That was kind of weird to have just that limited amount, have the ball that limited amount of time. But I didn't really notice it throughout the first half at all.
Hey, Marcus, Coach Hill talked after the simulated game a week before Thursday about trying to eliminate that period between week 1 and week 2 when you make the most improvement. Taking that into account, some of the situational stuff at the end of both halves, how do you feel like having been through that now can help you go on the road again?
It's amazing, and Coach is amazing at situational football. I mean, he's so smart, and just the things that he puts us in, the situations he puts us in practice. Like, we didn't see anything the other night that we hadn't done multiple times. I think it was great that we got a 2-minute drive right before the half, and we had a situation where there was 11 seconds on the clock, and we had a timeout, and we made decisions to try to get touchdowns and take care of the football, and we've got to do a better job of taking care of football at that point. But we get to learn from that moment. And then at the end of the game, we're starting the drive with 7 minutes and kind of a 4-minute mode, mindset of run the football, stay on the field, try to keep their offense off the field, and then all of a sudden we have a turnover, and then it flips and it goes from we're in 4 minute to now we're in 2 minute. So there was a bunch of situations that happened. Our kids, they didn't freak out. They were able to just keep their poise and tried to execute their way through it. But there's a lot to learn from, and we had 3 really good situational moments in the game the other night.
I guess it's kind of self-evident, but why were you surprised that Jeff ran that physically? Did you just not run that?
I mean, I knew he was going to, like, the spring he was live, but they wouldn't hit him, It wasn't like he was running through tackles and things. It felt really different to me out there on the field. Like, he ran a counter the one time and 2 guys came and hit him, and he kind of delivered a blow and popped up, and it was just, I thought it was pretty cool. He wasn't wasn't trying to slide, and we wanted to take care of himself and slide when he needs to. But I mean, he was running through tackles the other night. I mean, it sounded different out there.
How important is it that you establish a physical identity in this game? Line of scrimmage with your tailbacks early on, just the way last week's game started, just didn't have a rhythm, obviously, for your offense to start things out.
Yeah, I mean, last week we started with a quarterback sneak the first play of the game. That was kind of crazy, but it is crucial. Our guys got going a little bit more last week as the game went on, and that's how any good run game should be. Like, these are Big Ten, Pac-12 opponents that we're playing, so you're not just going to put the ball down and just run through them initially. The way that we play, it's a collective amount of body blows that take place during a game that eventually you try to wear on a defense, try to wear on the defensive front, where you can start popping those runs, kind of like we did in the second half.
Okay. Evaluate the offensive line, and what's the next step for that group?
They just have to keep on coming to work. I mean, they hold us together on offense. So those guys have played a lot of football, and we lean on them a lot for a lot of different things. But I thought they did a nice job in the run game. We had all 3 sacks that we had were in a 6-play sequence during the game the other night, and like one of them was actually a run RPO type deal where he kind of got stuck in the read. So I was proud of how they protected, and I was proud of them in the run game. I thought they did a nice job of creating holes for our guys.
You're catching that pass. What's his skill set? What are your expectations for him as a pass catcher?
He's just super athletic. So I mean, we just need to get him out there on the field. If it's not playing quarterback, he doesn't need to just sit over there with us, and wait his turn. So he can help us in a bunch of different ways. And moving forward, we'll continue to try to find ways to get him out on the field.
Coach Rule said after this week, Billy's a guy you obviously want to get going. As a coordinator, do you look at individual numbers like Gabe got the ball 7 times, you want to get him more, or is every week just a different animal? Do you think about how many touches like a guy?
Yeah, we were trying, we were talking at halftime. We would come out and run, this play, try to get Billy going because we were where he hadn't touched the ball, and we didn't get it done. The ball didn't get to him, so. That's something that we've got to do this week. We've got to make sure that our guys touch the ball. Like he's too valuable of a playmaker, not just a receiver. He has to have the ball in his hands, whatever it takes to get it in there.
What have you seen? I mean, you said you're pretty familiar with Colorado's defense based on what Chark has done before. What do you think the key is to attacking that scheme?
I think it's like with anyone. I mean, you got to run the football. Like I thought TCU the other day did a really nice job. They ran the football. You think of them as a throwing team, but they really ran it well. And I think you have to take care of the football. These guys do a tremendous job of punching the ball. Like we showed a video to our guys the other day or yesterday, just how they attack the football, how they put their face on the football and knock the balls out. They did it a couple times the other day at TCU, and we got to do a great job of ball security when we're carrying the ball and not let it happen to us.
What element can Tommy add when you throw him out at wide receiver?
Just really fast, speedy. Hopefully we can continue to let his role grow, gradually through the season. But I think he gives us an athletic component, speed component that gives us an added boost right now.
Anything else, guys? How's Anthony Grant looking?
He's looking good. He's looking good. Nobody wants to turn the ball over or fumble the ball. And I mean, it's not affected how he works. It's not affected how he approaches his day. So we trust all of our guys, and he'll have an opportunity moving forward at some point this year to vindicate himself.
What are you expecting for the atmosphere, just with the crowd, the stage, being on the road 2 weeks in a row? How prepared will we be at least for some noise?
Well, I think last week was a lot. I didn't know it was going to be that loud. That was a pretty hostile environment, and every one of our possessions started, it seemed like, down there in the student section, so it got pretty loud. So I think that's going to help us, as we go into this adventure. That it's not going to shock our guys. We've been in that situation before. It's not in the indoor with music playing or fake crowd noise. We had real crowd noise, so I think that'll help us. But I think it'll be a cool environment. A lot of energy. It's what you do this game. It's why you play this game. It's why you coach this game and work like we do, just to have opportunities to do things like this.
Gabe had any area. Is there going to be emphasis maybe? And you talk about running the ball, just getting him the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, and getting them in flow. Any ball carrier, like if he's rolling, you want to keep feeding him the rock and let him get in the rhythm.
All good.
Awesome. Thank you, guys.